Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sanket. Take your seat, please.
Thank you, sir.
How are you this afternoon?
I am very fine, sir. How are you?
We are fine, by God's grace. How is everyone at home?
Very fine, sir.
Nobody suffered from corona?
Sir, we had all suffered in the first wave itself. So in second wave, we are comparatively safe.
Right.
And all have been vaccinated as of now.
Good. But when you suffered, what were the medicines you took?
Sorry, sir, I could not remember because it was in October. It was prelims time, so I was in panicable state. I could not remember the medicines at this moment.
There is some post-corona care to be taken. What is that care?
Sorry, sir, I could not recollect it.
Did you come from Nagpur all the way to give this interview?
No, sir, I have been in Pune for last 6 months post my mains, and I have been preparing for the interview preparation.
I need to make one suggestion right now, that is for you to speak loudly, a bit loudly.
Yes, sir.
In Delhi also, this is going to be the distance, and you need to be
Loud.
clearly, we should be able to hear you very clearly.
Yes, sir.
What had brought you to Pune for last 6 months?
Sir, after my mains exam, I came to Pune to took personal guidance for some interview in the coaching classes in Pune.
Do you expect discussion on your birth date?
Sure, sir, I will be happy to do so.
Tell us its importance.
So I was born on 5th of September 1995. So that is celebrated as the Teachers' Day in India. It is the birth anniversary of our second president, Shri Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. And since 1965, it has been celebrated as the Teachers' Day. Dr. Radhakrishnan was one of the most profound philosophers in the 20th century India, and he has done a lot of work on comparative religions and Vedanta.
Which is your favorite subject also.
Certainly, sir.
So what is Adhyatma?
Adhyatma, or spirituality as it is called in English, is the connection with self. So our relation of ourself with the cosmos or with the God. And to the curiosity to know this relation is called as Adhyatma.
Is it scientific?
No, sir, I won't say it is scientific, because in science there needs particular approach of experimentation. In Adhyatma or spirituality, we expect the approach of realization. So not needed that always it will be proved scientifically.
So what attracts you to Adhyatma?
Sir, while in my graduation from 2015 to 2018, I was the student of Vivekananda Vidyarthi Bhavan Ramakrishna Math, Nagpur. So therein I came in contact with certain monks and I started reading the literature of Ramakrishna Mission. From therein I developed the interest in spirituality, and since then I have been following those practices.
What did you read?
I first I read the basic books of Swami Vivekananda, the 4 yogas of Swami Vivekananda, that is Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Then I went on to read the Universal Message of Bhagavad Gita by Swami Ranganathananda Ji Maharaj, and other many books of the Ramakrishna Mission, as well as other publications as well.
I am sure you know that Vivekananda himself argued that Adhyatma is scientific.
Yes, sir. In Raja Yoga, Swami Vivekananda has argued that Adhyatma is scientific, but with my little knowledge, I would like to give the approach of Richard Feynman, sir, who had given the 4 steps for a scientific approach. So in that 4 criteria, the spirituality does not befits. So I feel that the approach towards spirituality is different as compared to the modern scientific approach.
You are contradicting Vivekananda?
I am just deferring him, not contradicting.
What is the date of your interview?
On 2nd of September 2021.
Yeah.
Tell me, which is the most important personality of Varda in the last 2 years, last 53 years?
Which was born and brought up in Varda?
Whatever.
I will say Mr. Jamnalalji Bajaj.
What was his contribution to Maharashtra?
Mr. Jamnalalji Bajaj was a entrepreneur of the 1950s, and he had contributed in the khadi industries as well as education sector. Today we see the Bajaj Automobiles, Bajaj Finance Services, etc. So this is all the conglomerate of the Bajaj Services Group, which is founded by Mr. Jamnalal Bajaj, as well as he was also an important participant in the Gandhian movement. So he spread it.
Tell me, between Vinoba Bhave and Jamnalal Bajaj, whose contribution is greater?
Sir, the contribution of both cannot be compared because both have contributed in their own way. For example, Jamnalalji Bajaj has contributed in the economic ideas of Mahatma Gandhi, and Vinoba Bhaveji, properly known as the spiritual son of Mahatma Gandhi, has contributed in the political as well as the religious ideas of Mahatma Gandhi, the overall Gandhian view of the world. So they cannot be compared, but they have an immense contribution in multiple dimensions of human life.
Why have the farm laws not been accepted by a large number of farmers in North India?
Sir, the recent 3 farm acts which has been passed has been widely alleged that it has not been accepted by the large number of farmers, owing to certain miscommunication on the part of government to convey the real intention of the farm laws. For example, they are fearing that the MSP will be lost. For example, they are fearing that they will be then later on swayed away by the private entrepreneurs, etc. So I think there is a need of communication, proper communication. And for last 60 years, since Green Revolution, the farmers in Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh belt has never been into the private market. So they exactly do not know what are the benefits of private market or what they will get after this farm laws. So there need to some public awareness for this purpose among these farmers.
Okay. Why is Bhutan important to India?
Sir, Bhutan is a sandwiched state, a monarchy between India and China, and it is important
Monarchy?
for... Bhutan is a monarchy, sir.
Is it?
It is constitutional monarchy.
Yes.
So it is a constitutional monarchy sandwiched between India and China, and it is important for India because first the strategic importance is that the northeastern region of India is connected to mainland India by the Chicken Neck or Siliguri corridor. So the alleged Chinese interference in that region can be very, very disastrous for India, and hence we need to maintain cordial relations with Bhutan. Second of all, cultural linkages with the Bhutan owing to the common Buddhist and common Indian heritage is also second important purpose. And third, our neighborhood first policy also recognizes that neighbor should be given the first chance in any foreign policy approach of the India. So Bhutan is important in that aspect.
You mentioned about the Siliguri corridor, and that is the reason why you think that we should have a good relation with Bhutan and we should look after them. So then why are we not giving equal importance to Bangladesh? They are also on the other side of the corridor.
No, sir, I beg to differ with you because I think that we are giving equal importance to all our neighbors, particularly those neighbors who are very friendly with each other and who have the roti beti ka rishta with India. So Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, these are not countries which are culturally different from India, and I think we are making equal diplomatic as well as strategic investment in all the countries of our neighborhood.
Why haven't we signed the Teesta Water Agreement?
So Teesta Water Agreement is one of the bone of contentions because there have been certain differences with respect to the water sharing between India and Bangladesh. So yes, we will certainly solve that in near future. For example, there were a lot of issues. The border dispute issue was there. We have solved it in 2015, and in time to come, we are certain to solve the Teesta River Water Sharing Agreement as well.
But with two different governments, one at the state and other one in the center, do you think this treaty will ever come through? With these kind of governments remain in place for the next few years?
So I think international agreements are certainly under the union list. It is the moral responsibility of the union government to take the state government into consideration. But I feel if the wider national interests are at stake in such case, then the central government can definitely take state government into consideration and take the decision in that way.
You talked about lists. So what was the national importance or what was at stake when the central government formulated this Ministry of Cooperation?
Ministry of Cooperation.
Because that is a state subject.
Right, sir. Sir, Ministry of Cooperation is a state subject, but there are certain multi-state cooperatives which fell in the central domain. So the Ministry of Cooperation will act in two ways. First, it will be facilitating the multi-state cooperatives, and second, it can act as a coordination body for all the states to come together for the management of the
So
cooperatives.
why was it held ultra wires by one of the high courts?
No, sir, I am not aware which
Gujarat
high
High Court. Gujarat High Court recently called it ultra wires.
No, sir, I am not aware about it. I need to read about it.
You have done MSc in physics.
Yes, sir.
So what is quantum physics?
Quantum physics is a branch of physics which views the whole world as made of a discrete quantas of energy. So they are convertible into energy and matter, and it does not view world as a continuum of energy and matter but as discrete quantas.
So doesn't it take us through to Vedanta?
Yes, it does take us through the Vedanta.
So you're contradicting your earlier stand? Earlier stand you took that Vedanta or spiritualism is not science.
Yes, sir. I still stand by that stand. There are certain commonness, but that commonness does not mean that whole are same.
There is one quote, God does not play dice with the world.
Yes,
Who
sir.
said that?
To the best of my knowledge, Sir Albert Einstein has said so.
What was the reference?
Sir Albert Einstein is the propagator of the relativity theory, and he believes in the continuum. So quantum mechanics predict that there is certain uncertainty in the world. But according to Sir Albert Einstein, God does not play dice. It means that God will not take a bet on the uncertainty. So there certain events are happening, and that events are not every time uncertain. So according to him, he believes that everything is certain and God is not doing a dice game there.
You mentioned something about Jamnalal Bajaj
Yes, sir.
in your earlier part.
Mm-hmm.
Gandhiji openly actually said that the first war is with the British and the second we will take up with the industrialists like Jamnalal Bajaj. He actually said it.
Right, sir.
So what are your views regarding it? So he is, like he being a Gandhian also, Gandhiji was opposed to him?
No, sir. We should see the context in which Gandhiji was speaking in that meeting.
What was the context?
The context was Gandhiji was there were very ifs and buts. Gandhiji said that if these capitalists and entrepreneurs do not contribute in the national development and they will think only for their own profit seeking, then Gandhiji will definitely go against these entrepreneurs. But he also expected that these people will definitely contribute to the national making, and if not so, then he will take a charge against them.
What are the G20 recommendations regarding India? Or what is India's role in that?
In G20, so recommendation in which context exactly?
Taxation?
With respect to taxation, the minimum corporate tax, global corporate tax has been recommended by the G20. So G20 now want to make regulate over the certain countries who are acting as a tax havens for certain entrepreneurs. So yes, it is right step. There should be some minimum slab of taxation for the global corporate tax, and Indian entrepreneurs or Indian capitalists have also been doing lot of business in the capital havens or in the safe havens. So I think that will benefit India.
So what has India committed to it?
No, sir. I need to follow up it. I am not exactly aware.
Your father's income is even less than 5,000 rupees per month. How does he run the family and suffice?
Certainly, sir. My father owns a small kirana shop in my local town. So his income, particularly his income, is very low. My brother works in an English medium school. So he earns 7,500 rupees per month. And since coronavirus pandemic, I have been working in the Pune as well. So I am a private tutor.
You are from Vidarbha. Some people from Vidarbha, they are continuously creating uproar that some injustice is being made to Vidarbha, so we should have a separate Vidarbha as a state. What is your opinion about it?
Sir, with respect to the demand for separate Vidarbha state, I think that it is legitimate demand, because if we see the history, then Nagpur is the only unfortunate city which has been stripped of its capital status. Also, Vidarbha has an independent history and Nagpur has the whole infrastructure of being a capital. So I think, yes, historically it is true. With respect to the injustice part you are talking about, yes, there is certain contestation between the people of the Vidarbha that injustice is being made out to it because of the unequal regional development in Maharashtra. So that voice has been there. But I think that there is no any political consensus among the leaders of the Vidarbha, the politicians of the Vidarbha on the issue, and hence this separate Vidarbha movement has not gained the momentum in past 50 years.
You talked about spirituality.
Yes, sir.
Is religion the same as spirituality, or is there some difference between spirituality and religion?
There are certain overlapping parts. For example, spirituality is more philosophical and it is more about seeking within. Religion not on the other hand, but parallel to it, religion is something which is about the social outlook. It is something, a social code, which a particular people and community is supposed to follow while being in the in group.
If every soul is potentially divine, that is the basis of spirituality, why there are conflicts between communities and castes and religions?
So because there are multiple interpretations of some common theological books, that is leading to the conflict.
Can you tell me one Sanskrit words which expresses the same thing which you spoke just now? There are multiple, what you said? Multiple versions of the same
Perceptions about, yes.
There is a very famous popular Sanskrit 4-word sentence for this.
Ekam sadvipra bahuda vadati.
Fine. Good.
Yes.
What is CAA?
CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act. The CAA is it is about the citizenship. It is about the citizenship of the immigrants. We are coming particularly from some of our neighboring countries, and legalization of their citizenship in India.
What is the controversy around it?
So the CAA Act is the center of controversy. It attracts a lot of controversy because it is alleged that the government of the day is trying to target certain minorities in the northeastern region, and that is why it has been the point of political contention.
What is its current status?
Currently, the CAA is being implemented under the Supreme Court's direction, and many population of the Assam in particular has been detected under the CAA, but now there is a demand for revision and the revision is going on.
What is Uniform Civil Code?
By the way, you are mixing between CAA and NRC.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Yes, I realized it. Sorry, sir.
What is Uniform Civil Code?
Uniform Civil Code is the common code to be followed in the personal life, irrespective of the religions. So it has been mandated. It has been the directive under the Article 44 of Indian Constitution, and the public debate is going on over the issue whether to implement Uniform Civil Code or not.
So did she implement it, and if yes, who do you think it would benefit the most?
Yes, ma'am. It must be implemented, but not at one. But it must be implemented step by step. For example, certain reforms can be taken. The recent verdict of Supreme Court against the triple talaq, the Shabarimala verdict, etc. So these are certain steps toward achieving the Uniform Civil Code. However, multiple communities need to be taken into consideration and confidence before implementing it. Once implemented, it will definitely benefit all the sections of the society. It will benefit women in particular. It will benefit senior citizens. It will benefit the widows, the children, and the inheritors in general.
Why is the choice of IFS and court?
Indian Foreign Service. Yes, yes, ma'am. Because yes,
Preferences, right?
right. Because when I was filling up DAF, I was confused between IRS, IT, and Indian Foreign Service, and I consulted my family members and some seniors. So then I realized, or that was the opinion of my at that point, that it will be better for me to serve within the nation, within our own people. And in Indian Foreign Service, almost 2/3 of my career will be in the foreign land. So I think that I can serve the nation better here between my people, and my family also agrees with it. So I chose for IRS IT above the Indian Foreign Service.
Why did you do MSc in physics?
Yes, sir. After my BSc, initially I was thinking of giving NET/SET examination and joining as a professor. So physics as a subject attracted me compared to all other subjects, and hence I chose for MSc. But when I was in second year of MSc, I got my little touch with the administration, and then I shifted towards civil services.
Why didn't you choose physics as your optional subject?
Right, sir. I had thought about it, and I had initial conviction about choosing physics as my optional subject. But when I took guidance from my certain seniors, they gave me the preference for 3 to 4 subjects which are better scoring, whose material is also available in the market, and which are been time tested subject. So I took a pragmatic decision and I chose for the political science and international relations.
What is black hole?
Black hole is the region of unlimited gravity. So it has unlimited mass, it has unlimited density, and it has zero volume. So it is supposed to attract everything that comes in its vicinity.
What is their relationship with gravitational waves?
Sir, when two black holes merge or two black holes collide, then the gravitational waves are supposed to be produced, which has been the recent discovery in 2019 Nobel Prize as well. So this is the relationship with the gravitational waves.
When did Bhutan become a democracy?
Bhutan, sir, it is just a recent event, or I guess, I am not exactly sure, but 10 to 15 years has happened that Bhutan is a democracy. It has an elected prime minister, but it has a constitutional monarchy.
Do you remember some of the principles of that constitutional monarchy?
No, sir, I am not exactly aware about that, but I guess limited monarchy and limited powers of the monarch was the core or the crux of that constitutional monarchy.
What is Heisenberg's principle of uncertainty?
Heisenberg's principle of uncertainty is that mass and velocity of any particular quanta or particle cannot be detected simultaneously.
What is its influence on quantum mechanics?
The whole quantum mechanics is based on that fundamental equation of Heisenberg and Max Planck.
While giving answer to his question, you did not refer to Heisenberg's principle of uncertainty.
Sir, I just gave the surface definition of what he has asked. I didn't want to dwell deeper into that.
Why? Shouldn't your answers in the interview be deep?
Yes, sir, it shall be. It can be deep, but there is a lot to discuss in the quantum mechanics. If you ask, I can answer them. Otherwise, I will give the surface information about it.
Is consciousness a quantum phenomenon?
Yes, sir. Recent discoveries and recent discussions by multiple physicists has recognized consciousness to be another dimension of existence along with matter and energy. Yes, it is a quantum phenomena because there is a principle of entanglement in quantum physics. So, any two particles in the universe, if they are separated say crores of years ago as well, they still has the memory of their orientation or their joining. So I think that memory is what we refer as consciousness, is certainly a physical phenomena, but more research need to be done on the issue.
You just told me that Adhyatma is scientific.
It can be scientific in certain aspects.
Who was Tukdoji Maharaj?
Sir, Rashtrasanta Tukdoji Maharaj was a social reformer and a bhakti movement saint in the Vidarbha region. He was born in the Amravati district and he has contributed particularly in the rural development and the rural empowerment, as well as he has compiled lot of songs in Marathi and Hindi, which contributed in the national movement as well.
You remember any of his major work?
Gram Gita.
Have you read it?
I have read it, but not thoroughly. I have just scanned it.
Define theology.
Theology is the field of study where the person studies about the metaphysical things, belief on God and relation between those concepts.
Actually, in Indian philosophy, there is no theology. Theology is a very characteristic Christian term.
Right, sir.
Why so?
Sir, because in Abrahamic religion, there is an idea of an creator, sustainer and destroyer God. With respect to the Dharmic religions, or as we call it, Indian religion, there is debate over this issue. So, within the Vedanta, within the orthodox philosophies, the Yoga or the Sankhya does not believe in the creator, deity or God. The heterodox philosophies also are debating these issues. So, there is no such one person or one God who is determining everything, and hence there is debate in the Indian philosophies with respect to the theology.
Who is your favorite political thinker?
Sir, J.S. Neil.
Okay. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.